Yo, TT family. It's your boy Sean B. My dog B.
What up?
We're here with a new show for y'all. It's called Follow the Flow.
Follow the flow.
You know what I mean? We're going to be breaking down lyrics, going over classics, new songs. You know what I mean? We really want y'all to hear the bars in these songs, so we're going to go through the ones that's impactful to us, you know?
If you listen to this and you see, if you got a song that you want us to do a review, leave it in the comments and we'll check it out.
Yeah, man. Make sure y'all like, follow, subscribe, and all that. You know what I mean? Today we doing Jay-Z, Eminem, Renegade.
Classic.
You know what I mean? Blueprint.
Straight classic.
Yes, highly debatable.
Very debatable.
Sure you done talked about this if you go to the right barbershop. 20-year anniversary.
Blueprint dropped in 2001.
2001, that's crazy.
You feel like it's been 20 years?
Not 20, hell no.
Man.
I remember listening to it, you know, walking to school, but
Right.
so I guess it was 20 years ago. You know,
Man,
the cats is getting old.
20 years ago, I was like the #1 Jay-Z fan.
I wasn't #1, but I was up there though.
Motherfuckers say that I'm foolish. I only talk about jewels. Do you fools listen to music or do you just skim through it?
Crazy.
You feel me?
Yeah, and that's what the show is about. You know what I mean? You got people that's hip hop fans. Obviously, we're hip hop fans. We wouldn't be doing this show.
Right.
But do you really listen to the music, the lyrics? Do you absorb what they're talking about,
Right.
or do you just skim through it? You vibing to the beat. You know what I mean? Like when you talk about rap, it's the beat and everything is important, but the lyrics as well. So
Right.
we're not just skimming through these lyrics. We really like absorbing the information that they're talking about in the song. And this is a song that is profound in many ways, and we'll get into that exactly what they're talking about. So the next line after what Sean just read, he says, see, I'm influenced by the ghetto that you ruined. The same dude you gave nothing, I made something doing. And I think that, so what this song is kind of about is about like hip hop and how at the time you got to think, like he just said, this is 20 years ago.
Right.
So now hip hop, you got Lil Baby and Future and Drake, and hip hop is the biggest genre in the world, but 20 years ago it wasn't.
No.
And I think in this line, what he's talking about and what both of them are talking about is kind of like that traditional music standard, like that white male critic that kind of, talk about hip hop and how hip hop is too violent or too sexual or whatever the case may be. And he's saying like, this is the ghetto that was created by, the same people that criticize our music, and I made something out of it. I took it and I was creative enough to make something out of it. So I thought that was a profound bar.
You gotta
he was
also,
punching straight out the gate.
Right. You got to also remember at the time, magazines ruled the music. You know what I mean? Magazines came out. They was giving away mics or
people don't know nothing about 4 or 5 mics.
Yeah, we was living off of that.
Right. Yeah.
It was important who was on the cover. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So at the time, they was at Jay-Z. He was in a position that I guess you would say Drake is in now.
Yeah.
And he was on top of the game, for a long period of time. At this point in time, I don't know if he had totally earned it or not. He had the biggest songs, but between Reasonable Doubt, where he wasn't on top, to this dropping, he didn't really have a classic album between the two.
Nah, and
between
what happened,
this and Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah, you know what I mean. He got the what's the name of them joints? I can't even think of it.
Get the Hard Knock Live.
The
volume,
the volumes.
And what happened with
movie?
What happened with Jay too, I think, was unique. So you had Big and Pac.
Right.
So you got to think this is 2000. Big and Pac died, 96, 97. So they was running the game, and everybody was comfortable with Pac as like the best in the game. Once they died, it was like, who's next?
Right.
And Jay kind of stepped up and
he took it
and
And
took
you
that
gotta think
position.
that mantle right there. Nas was the person that he was going against for that right there.
Yeah.
I mean, this was the album takeover was on.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, when you claim it in hip hop, you already know Lil Wayne did the same thing.
You got to prove it.
When you claim it, you generally know that you about to prove it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the motor in the back that makes the rest happen or what, but you got to say it. If you don't claim king like T.I. did, then you never get it.
Yeah, what come first, the chicken or the egg?
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know.
Yeah,
see.
Scramble.
Right.
Barbecue. It's all good. Either way we go. You know what I'm saying? So then he hit him with, I give you the news with a twist. It's just his ghetto point of view. The Renegade, you've been afraid. I penetrate pop culture, bring them a lot closer to the block where they pop toasters. And they live with their moms, got drop roasters from botched robberies, niggas crushed over. That's fire right
crazy,
there.
man.
That's fire.
And that's exactly what he was saying. Like right in that line, what we was just talking about, he said, "You've been afraid. I penetrate pop culture." And that's what was going on. They didn't want rap to be what it is. So a lot of people listen to rap now and they take for granted the rappers just being all over the place and being accepted. And he's saying, like, y'all didn't want us to do this and we did it anyway.
Renegade, Been Afraid, Penetrate, Pop Culture, bring them a lot closer
To the block where they
You feel me?
pop toasters.
You hear how them bars is put in there. You know what I mean? The flow is because he know who he on the song with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to stack them bars when you rap
You gotta
with
spit.
Eminem.
Yeah, you gotta spit.
You can't just come to play. You come away with it straight, you're gonna get washed. Like a lot of people thought that Jay might have got washed. We'll get to that too.
Right, for sure. So then he said, bring them a lot closer to the block where they pop toasters and they live with their moms got drop roasters. And that remind me of if y'all are fans of movies, Paid in Full. In the movie Paid in Full, you know what I mean? Cats was getting Money, Mitch, Ace,
Gold
Rico.
BBSs.
They
got
had
a car for every bump on your face.
Yeah.
Or 1,000 for every bump on your face.
There you go. Yeah,
One
yeah,
or the
yeah.
other.
So like, you know, it was a kind of a profound bar because, you know, kind of like in the hood, people priorities be kind of messed up. So in that movie, you know what I mean? Like Mitch had the whips, he had the new fresh clothes, the kicks, the jewelry.
Gold BBSs.
But if you notice in the movie, he go back to the crib, he folding up his clothes, he laying right next to Sonny at the crib, right at mom's crib. He got the, you know what I'm saying, the drop roaster, but he at the crib just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? It's hard out here. What you see ain't always, you know what I mean, what it really is.
Right, man. Mommy's knocked up because she wasn't washed over and knocked down by some clown. When child support knocked, no, he's not around. You feel me?
It's crazy.
We all know how that goes.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes.
So he bring you through the ghetto without riding around, hiding down, ducking strays from frustrated youth stuck in their ways. Just read
a magazine that fucked up my day.
Right back to it. The magazines again, man.
Yeah.
And this picture he painting, you know what I'm saying, just hearing it, that artistry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? First he keeping that same wordplay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That wordplay, he bouncing them words.
Right.
And then the picture he painting as he's saying, this is what I'm bringing you closer to.
Right.
He painting that picture. All these scenes we just talked about, like the Pay in Full, he just painted that, and that little stanza right there.
Yeah.
Right.
You and we so used to it. You know what I mean? We grow up in it and live it.
Right.
That it's normal for us, but the people that he talking to, you know what I mean, they just enjoy the culture from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
This ain't their reality.
This is a song where he want to sit you down and really break down for you what's really going on in the culture.
Yeah.
Which don't happen that much in rap. Not as much as it should. Especially not right now.
Then he hit him with the magazine bars, you know what I mean? How you rate music that thugs with nothing relate to it. I help them see their way through it.
Not you.
Can't step in my pants, can't walk in my shoes, bet everything you worth, lose your tie, your shirt.
He was going crazy.
This song? Oh, for critics.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially at a time like you're saying when he was claiming his throne, you know what I'm saying? Really, you know what I'm saying, trying to cement himself.
Every time he do something good, they knocking him down.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
They saying they all bling bling and they all yachts and boats.
Yeah, like
How
I
you
got some
gonna
substance too, yeah.
Right. How you gonna doubt this man because he rich?
Right.
That's really what they was on.
Right.
It was too flashy for New York.
That's how it is sometimes. All right, so now we talked about J.
Yeah.
Let's get into M.
It's dangerous.
Now M is talking about some real stuff as well.
Right.
But his wordplay is a lot different than J. Whether it's better or not better, I'll leave that up to y'all.
Right.
But
we want to know what y'all think too.
Yeah, but this is a little bit different, so we're gonna get into it.
Yeah. It ain't as easy to read M&M's.
And I know just subconsciously, Eminem had that energy in this verse. So even though you about to say these words, no matter how you read them, it's gonna fall short.
Right.
So.
And this is another thing too. When we talking about rap, a lot of times we take for granted rap music and how unique it is, how complex it is. Mm-hmm. So you listen to a rapper rap, and you just listen to the song, whatever. You try to rap along to, you probably mess up a couple times. Right. Sitting here and reading these lyrics makes you say, okay, this is hard to read. Mm-hmm. So imagine this man came up with this just out of his head. That gives you an appreciation. You know what I mean? I can barely read it, and he actually came up with it and spit it.
And it's all in English.
Yeah.
All right. Since I'm in a position to talk to these kids and they listen, I ain't no politician, but I'll kick it with them a minute. Cause see, they call me a menace, and if the shoe fits, I'll wear it. But if it don't, then y'all can swallow the truth, grin and bear it.
Crazy.
You feel me?
He rhymed, if the shoe fits, I wear it, would swallow the truth, grin, and bear it.
Yeah.
How you even, you know what I mean? Like, who's the king of these rude, ludicrous, lucrative lyrics? Who could inherit the title? Put the youth in hysterics. He's rhyming ludicrous, lucrative lyrics with youth and hysterics. Like, it's just crazy. And he not, a lot of people criticize Eminem, saying he just be saying stuff, but he's, on this song at least, he's not.
I mean, on most songs, he's not.
Yeah.
If you really was to go back and read it.
If you really go back and read it.
Right.
Now, if you listening to it, he's maybe rapping so fast, or he just saying stuff. When you really read the lyrics, he's not. He's talking about using his music to steer, sharing his views and his merits. But there's a huge interference. They saying you shouldn't hear it. Maybe it's hatred I spew. Maybe it's food for the spirit. Maybe it's beautiful music I made for you to just cherish.
Man, I'm debated, disputed, hated, and viewed in America as a motherfucking drug addict. Like you didn't experiment. Nah.
And that first part though really took me. He said something using my merits.
Man, he said using his music to, who could inherit the title, put the youth in hysterics, using his music to steer it, sharing his views and his merits.
Yeah.
Fire. Yeah. Fire.
Using his merits.
20 years later, I just found out he said that.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Ridiculous.
Follow the flow.
Follow the flow. You know what I mean?
That's when you start to stare at who's in the mirror and see yourself as a kid again. And you get embarrassed, and I got nothing to do but make you look stupid as parents. So that's what he's, you know what I mean? He talking to these politicians, these older people that's criticizing his music because, you know what I mean? Eminem. So when we talk about hip hop and hip hop being the biggest genre in the world right now, of course, you know, all of the innovative black artists was a big part of that. You know, bringing hip hop to be what it is. The Drakes, the Lil Waynes, the Jay-Z's, the so on and so forth. But Eminem really is the one that kind of bridged that gap because he's the the highest selling rap artist of all time. Right. It was people that never even thought about listening to rap.
Eminem the highest selling of all time.
Hell yeah, for sure.
I mean, Drake might be catching.
I about to say more than Drake.
Drake on his way, but not yet.
More than the Game. The Game said he got the most. He number 2 behind Drake.
No.
Hell. The Game just be saying. The Game just say shit.
Everything rhymes so far. All these bars. Listen, minute, I wear it, bear it. I guess you could kind of say no on those first two, but he made it work.
Yeah, some homophones in there.
You know what I mean? I don't know what a homophone is.
we got an expert in the room.
I don't know what a homophone is, but call me on it. Yeah. I'll wear it, bear it, lyrics, hysterics, merits, hear it, spirit, cherish, America, experiment. You know what I mean?
That's crazy, man.
He put it all together all the way down.
Yeah.
And I got nothing to do but make you look stupid as parents. You fucking do good. It's too bad you couldn't do good at marriage. And you don't have it. And do you have any clue what I had to do to get here? I don't think you do. So stay tuned. Keep your ears clear. Hold on, I ain't doing that.
So then M goes, and do you have any clue what I had to do to get here? I don't think you do. So say so. Do you? Okay, so and do you have any clue what I had to do to get here? I don't think you do. So stay tuned and keep your ears glued to the stereo. So here we go.
I am the one.
Say, I'm a renegade. Never been afraid to say what's on my mind at any given time of day. Cause I'm a
renegade. Never been afraid to talk about anything.
Anything.
I had to hustle, my back to the wall, ashy knuckles, pockets filled with a lot of lint,
not a cent.
Gotta vent, lot of innocent lives
lost on that project bench.
What you hollering? Gotta pay rent.
Bring dollars in.
By the bodega, iron under my coat, feeling braver. Get a little hype right there. I ain't read that part. I know I got it right though. I had the edited version. Let me just double check.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Do-rag rapping my waves, those pockets full of hope. I don't know how many of y'all carry guns. It ain't none of my business, but you probably feel that line right there.
Yeah, you feel a little braver when you know what I mean?
It's a little bit different, especially when you're a teen. Yeah. You know what I mean? When you're a teen and you find your way to a weapon.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of guys, too, is growing up in an environment where they feel that that's a necessary component to their lifestyle. You know what I mean?
It might be.
It might be. It's not that they trying to harm anybody. It's just self-defense. And, it's a lot of legal. And, America's a gun-loving country, of course.
And
Yeah, and they cheap, and you know, people talk about how they defend themselves, and people that don't even live in dangerous areas got big closets full of guns because they want to defend themselves. Well, you got guys that's living in an area that's dangerous.
If you think about it, you can get a gun for less than a pair of phone pauses.
Oh, for sure.
Do not step to me. I'm awkward.
My boss lefty and orphan. My pops left me, and often my mama wasn't home. Could not stress to me I wasn't grown, especially on nights when I brought something home to quiet the stomach rumblings.
Deep, man. Deep. An orphan. You know what I mean? You come up, you the man of the house already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That wasn't my situation, but I got people around me that was.
Yeah, man. That had to really get out there. You know
and
what I mean?
they different to this day because. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it ages you. You know what I mean?
It
And that's the next bar. He say, my demeanor, 30 years my senior. My childhood didn't mean much. Only raising green up.
That's my favorite 2 bars in this song so far. My demeanor, 30 years my senior, on some grown man shit.
Yeah.
Man.
Not 10 years, not 20, 30.
He might. The crazy thing is, I think he proved everything he's saying in here.
Right.
Raising my fingers to critics, raising my head to the sky, big, I did it, bow tie.
Before I die.
I always thought he said bow tie before I die, too. I was even grabbing my I was ready, too. All time, you feel me? No lie, just know I chose my own fate.
I drove by the fork in the road and went straight. You got the last verse, the closing verse, and this is something we're going to talk about, too. Because when you talk about who had the better verse, sometimes it comes down to who went last. Like if you're a fan of battle rap, you know what I mean? And 2 guys is battling, you got that recency bias. Like the first guy went, if he don't kill him, just wipe him out. The second guy got an advantage because that's the last bars you remember when they ask you to make some noise who you thought was the best. Who bars you remember the most? The last guy that rapped.
Most recent.
So maybe that's maybe that's why M has a little bit of an advantage on this joint. So his last verse, he says, see, I'm a poet to some, a regular modern-day Shakespeare. Jesus Christ, the king of these latter-day saints here, to shatter the picture in which they paint me as a monger of hate, Satan, a scatterbrained atheist.
Oof.
I'm going to try it again. To shatter the picture in which they paint me as a monger of hate, Satanist, scatterbrained atheist.
Man, he could have said one of those things and it would have been.
It would have been crazy. You know what I mean? So he said, "I'm trying to shatter this picture that they paint me as this atheist, this Satanist, this monger of hate." You know what I mean? He want to change the narrative that's been created about him thus far in his career.
12, 13, it ain't no way I could have played him in my house.
Right.
It ain't no way.
Yeah.
We was going to church every Sunday.
Yeah, Eminem came out very controversial. He was talking about his mother, which was very, rapper. Black people, we love our mom.
You buy a house for your mom.
Yeah, that's the first thing you do. So we never heard nobody even say anything bad about their mom.
He was putting his mom in the closet and in the trunk.
Dressing up like Marilyn Manson with the women's clothes and Britney Spears. It was very different. You know what I mean? Nobody was really doing that type of thing in hip hop at that time.
Yeah, it was all the way different, and the bars made it work.
Yeah, it made it work. He backed it up because he could actually spit.
Then he said, but that ain't the case. See, it's a matter of taste. We as a people decide if Shady's as bad as they say he is, or is he the latter, a gateway to escape, media scapegoat, who they can be mad at today. That's fire.
Spitting.
Yeah, I mean, it ain't as valuable as the things that Jay-Z is saying, but he's still representing his opinion.
He's talking about himself.
He defending himself.
He defending himself. Jay is talking about the bigger picture. M is talking about more so himself.
Right. Jay got a little more personal in the second verse.
Yeah. We're talking about his mom, his pops wasn't around. Yeah. You know what I mean?
He gave us some details of how he came up.
See, it's as easy as cake, simple as whistling Dixie while I'm waving the pistol at 60 Christians against me. Go to war with the Mormons and take a bath with the Catholics in holy water, and they want. All right. Go to war with the Mormons, take a bath with the Catholics in holy water. War with the Mormons, take a bath with the Catholics in holy water. No wonder they tried to hold me underwater.
Longer.
Longer.
I got it.
All right.
While I'm waving, see, it's as easy as cake, simple as
whistling Dixie.
While I'm waving the pistol at 60 Christians
against me.
Go to war with the Mormons. Take a bath with the Catholics in holy water. No wonder they tried to hold me underwater. No, we gotta do it one more time.
See, it's as easy as cake, simple as whistling Dixie while I'm waving the pistol at 60 Christians against me.
Go to war with the Mormons.
Take a bath with the Catholics.
In holy water. No wonder they tried to hold me under longer. There we go.
Bruh. a motherfucking spiteful, delightful, eyeful, the new Ice Cube. Motherfuckers hate to like you.
Man, I'm a motherfucking spiteful,
delightful, eyeful, the new Ice Cube.
Motherfuckers hate to like you.
What did I do? I'm just a kid from the gutter making these, what do you say?
Making this butter off these blood suckers.
Because I'm a
renegade.
Fire.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That went well right there, too. That might be some portion of an ending. Going back to look at it, after we done went through these bars, we done heard the song a bunch of times.
Man. 1,000 times.
Do we gotta pick a winner?
Gotta pick a winner. If we not gonna pick a winner, how can we expect the viewers to pick a winner?
Okay.
I'm gonna go pick my winner. You can pick your winner.
Go ahead and pick your winner.
I'm gonna go with M. Because I feel like Jay's, it depends on what you want. This is a big part of debate and rap.
Right.
Some people like, excuse me, when you talk about debate and rap, some people like straight lyrics. Mm-hmm. Some people's more on the substance. They care more about what the rapper is talking about. Right. They don't care about the beat and the hook and all that. What is he talking about? What's the subject matter? For me, I'm a little bit more of a lyrics guy, I would guess, and a little bit more of a sonic guy, like whatever sounds the best to me sonically. So I would go with M as getting the best to Jay on this particular song because his bars is crazy.
I'm glad you went first because you definitely took this L. Jay-Z. Jay-Z definitely won this. He killed him on the second verse. He started the song off. I mean, you know what I mean? First off, Eminem made the beat.
Eminem made the beat.
He got the advantage already because he made the beat.
And that's another thing people don't know, that Eminem is a producer, and this is one of the most iconic beats.
Yeah.
And he made this beat.
A lot of the time, his beats kind of sound similar. You can kind of tell it, Eminem.
Yeah, with the pianos and everything.
Yeah, they kind of sound similar. But this one right here.
But we got to give Eminem some credit, though, because you look at like Kanye, like a producer-rapper, J. Cole, producer-rapper.
Right.
Eminem, producer-rapper as well, that we don't really talk about as much.
Yeah.
He's a producer-rapper. You know what I mean? You got to give him that credit.
Yeah, he could keep producing and rapping. He still lost this one.
I'm gonna say that as far as delivery, I think that Eminem had it.
Right.
I think as far as substance, Jay-Z had it.
Right.
Right.
Wordplay, Eminem had it.
Yep. Yeah.
Performance, Eminem had it.
Yeah. I don't disagree with any of those things, which make you feel like Eminem might have had it.
But I'm trying to think. I mean, but
is the substance strong enough?
That's how I feel.
You know what I mean?
I can relate
that performance
to everything.
factor.
Everything that Jay-Z said, I can relate to it and see it. The Eminem stuff, it was entertaining.
It was flashy and wordy. It was,
yeah,
you know but it was still.
It's not personal.
It was substance.
I'm not a rapper. People don't hate me. People don't think I'm an atheist.
Yeah,
I can't relate to.
But
that.
for him to even be able to say that, the way he bounced those words,
he did it, man.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It added something to it, just being the cadence. You know what I'm saying? The wordplay.
To even go toe to toe with Jay,
right?
And we even having a debate,
right?
Because most of the time, if you got a song Jay and whoever,
right,
it's almost always Jay.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not even debated.
Yeah, most of the time it's not debated.
So to even be on a song with Jay and we be having this debate 20 years later,
yeah, one of the greatest writers.
Yeah.
So
you got to respect it.
All right, man. That's Follow the Flow, episode 1, part 1. However it come to you, make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Tell us what you thought.
Who you think had the better verse?
You know what I mean? From B&B, Sean B&B Glenn. Peace.
Peace.